Honorable Chair, it is my pleasure to present COP19 document 4.2 titled Proposal on Amendment of Rule 26 Right to Vote. This document proposes the review of Rule 26 Right to Vote. The rules on the right to vote need to be adjusted to take account of the key roles played by some parties in the conservation of endangered species and the financial burden, liabilities of conservation, and of the same by allocating more votes to countries with large populations. Countries which have demonstrated expertise in conservation of particular species should continue to play important roles in conservation of those species. As a proponent, we are proposing a special weighted voting approach in which each voting party is apportioned a number of votes proportional to the number of animals it has as a percentage of the world's population. For example, 1% is equal to 1 vote. This voting approach is analogous to how shareholders of a limited liability company vote. That is, largest shareholders hold the most votes, and usually 1 vote represents 1 share. This gives countries with large animal populations a greater say in conservation decision-making or voting on proposed major changes. Countries with large populations, especially megafaunas, face serious challenges of human-wildlife conflict and ecosystem destruction due to large animal populations and absence of tangible benefits accruing to communities coexisting with wildlife. The voting procedure as provided by Rule 26 is unjust under the current circumstances, where countries without significant populations of species are determining the voting outcome on issues whose impacts do not affect them in any way, yet burdensome on parties with significant populations. I am sure you'd agree with me that countries whose ecosystems and human lives are suffering due to overabundance of these species or animals should have a bigger voice in decision-making, and this should be reflected in them having a proportionally bigger vote allocation. The conference is therefore invited to task the Secretariat to further refine the proposed voting rules for possible adoption. Thank you, Mr. Chair.